Good evening to all for this wonderful gathering for the program on workshop on pitching event for the proof of concepts developed and linkage with innovation ambassadors for mentorship support. I am happy to invite our Vice Chairman, Engineering Er.E.V.Kumaran sir, our respected Registrar R.Sathiyaseelan sir, and our motivated and respected Principal Dr.R.Ravichandran sir for this program. So today's the chief guest, Dr.R. Kumar, who is an IIC Innovation Ambassador and an Assistant Professor of the Department of IIIE, Sri Krishna College of Technology, Coimbatore. I welcome you, sir. I request our principal to illustrate the gathering. Please.
Thank you for inviting me. Good evening to one and all present here. It's a great pleasure that Institution Innovation Council of Arunai Engineering College has come up with the pitching event for proof of concepts developed and linkage with innovation ambassador for mentorship support. So we have with us Dr.R. Kumar. I invite you. I am joining Mr. Jothish Kumar in inviting Dr.R. Kumar of Krishna College of Technology. Welcome you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So it is a great pleasure that we have run this series of lecture in the council for more than a year, and we have completed the anniversary, and we are running ahead past 1 year completion. And in this success of events, we have come to this stage of pitching event for proof of concepts. So I think all students of Arunai Engineering College and faculty make use of this session and gain maximum out of this program. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your motivation speech that you told about the academic what we have been cross related to an institution innovation council. So now I request Dr. Kumar to take over the session. Please, sir.
First of all, I want to thank Dr.M.Jothish Kumar sir and HOD CSE department and Dr.R.Ravichandran sir, principal for Arunai Engineering College, who has invited me for this pitching event for proof of concept developed and linkage with the innovation ambassador for mentorship support. So actually, in my presentation, what I have planned in the sense actually here how we are going to develop an idea to prototype and prototype what are the functional of prototype we have to take care, what are the minimum and the maximum solutions for any projects. Then how, if you want to meet any investors, means what are the business potential things we need to take care. So these are the things we are going to see in this presentation. So apart from that, I am going to discuss about one of the proof of concept and how the pitching event, how we are going to reach the customers as well as any innovators, then or any startup founders. Then what are the questions they are expected from our proof of concept developed, what we have developed, how the innovation ambassador has been supported to build as a product, not a prototype. So these are the things I have planned to present in this point. First, we will discuss about what is pitching event, types of pitching event, what are the things are presented, what are the questions may be asked for that from investors. These details we'll discuss. Then later on, we'll discuss about how idea can be generated. What are the major area we need to concentrate on to develop your proof of concept or prototype? Then what are the future startups and what are the futures innovative ideas? These details are we are going to discuss in this presentation. Apart from that, I have also already requested to do this. I need to see that students' idea concept or any prototype already could have developed that. Then how we can give, how based on that project, how we can meet the investors or any startup owners. So these are the things I need to comprise in my presentation. So first we need to understand that what is the pitching event. Okay, so pitching event is nothing but we have to show our ideas or innovation to the third party. So your third party may be your investors or your colleague or your those who are worked in the particular area. So that is that one of the pitching event. For example, you are going to show your ideas and proof of concept to me. This is called a pitching. Okay, so everybody they are having their own ideas for to develop as a project as well as the prototype. There is huge variation is behind is the project to the product development. Okay, so there is so much difference is be there. We can easily develop a project, but the end user is a more important. You have to develop as a prototype or product. That is the end user of the customers. Okay, so these are the two differences we make. We need to understand that. We can write any codings, or you can write any project, or you can get a multiple solution about each and every project. But if you do that, a suitable solution in the sense that is a project, but your end user is a more important. Your end user means that is not your estimation. It is a real-time solution of that your customers. So that is the difference between you have developed a project as well as the prototype. Whenever any your ideas or a solution does not reach to your particular customer in the sense, that is called as a project, not a product. For example, I am going to develop one of the project for visually impaired people in the sense, just I can develop the project whether IoT, or I can develop some image processing or Raspberry Pi, then I can write a Python coding. Okay, so these are all well versed. Okay, but suppose if you can find a suitable solution, that is a project. That is not a product. So product means you can give that product to your really blind peoples and you show that particular solution. Whether your project can be suitable solution to the particular people. So that is the difference between a project to the project as well as the prototype. So pitching event mainly these pitching event looks like an clear-cut idea about what is your project going to be start in the next level. That is the pitching event. Okay, so we have to what are the project we are going to present, that you have to impress your audience with the way of your suitable solution, and the advanced some topology should be presented. Okay, so when you can pitch an effective management, you can motivate and you can clearly show your ideas to your particular peoples. So that is the main thing is end users. We can always call as end user. So before starting your projects means the first step is problem identification. Okay, you have to move. You can conduct an interview for that your end user. Then note the problems. Then note that a part of the problem statement they are having. Then find a suitable solution. Okay, so normally what we are doing in the sense, just we are estimating one idea. Okay, so we are discussing with your teammates and you are going to tell the solution. Okay, so does not reach the end user customer. So before starting your project in future on that, you just make the direct end users or the final customer. Then write the problem solution. Then write the problem statement for the particular real-time users. Then you identify the problem statement and give a solution. Okay, so that is only a more effective when compared to your project areas. So there are three types of pitching event is that. One is you can directly tell your project to your investors or any customers. So are it is sales related or pitch deck related or interactive related. Or we can give our pitching event to your workplaces. So workplaces means suppose students you can interact your project to your faculty members as well as your friends. Pitching when networking in the sense, suppose I am connecting with you at a networking so apart from that, those who are working in the particular areas, apart from that, networking is more important. For example, so mostly we are telling that one of the common project is home automation in the sense. So what are the real startups they are doing in the particular workplaces? So we have to meet the particular persons and get an idea. Then you work in that. Then you can show your real-time pitching means. That is a more efficient one when compared to that your previous project ideas. Suppose one of the startup companies they are working related to the home automation means you can approach your idea to the particular company. Then you can work on the particular project means your solution will create a huge impact on that end users customers. So there are three types of pitching events are present that these are presented. So then, what are the skills we are essential for pitching event is first one is communication. So communication, problem solving, research, as well as that public speaking and creativity skills are highly essential for particularly the pitching. So first one is communication in the sense actually what are the product you are developing that it can be easily reach to the customers. Okay, so you can delivering your messages, what are the ideas you are generating, okay, what are the product you have developed that you can deliver your messages clearly to the particular customers. Your audience should be also very impressive for your project because both technologies nowadays have developed. Your solution should be that entirely different or partially different from other solution. Only that your people, your investors or the customers, they can easily understand as well as easily impress of your project. Next one is problem solving skill. So problem solving is what our thinking of problem solving means. Suppose if any error it produces, we can write about the coding, then we can get a solution. Means that is a problem. That is not a problem solving. Okay. For example, if you approach any industries in the sense, for example, not an industry. So now you are maybe first year or second year. So after third year and fourth year of your studies, definitely you can work on any type of service-based company or product-based company. So during that time, you cannot work for entire whole process. Just you are going to work on only particular domain, that will be the service or product-based company. You are going to solve only a suitable solution for only particular area. So you have to be strong in the particular area. So only then you can be survive for whether service-based company or product-based company. So problem solving in the sense you have to solve that the entire problem from the root to entire solution. You have to know that 100% about your problem statement. Okay, that problem statement should be reaches to the customer easily. Okay, so problem solving skills are highly essential in your product because it is not an easy task. You have to generate your idea with your teammates, then you are going to generate your prototype or product development. Then after that, your business model will be presented behind the step. So you can approach your investors for your project. Okay, so it is not an easy process. So problem solving skills are highly essential. That problem solving should be necessary from your starting of your problem unto the end users of the customers. Okay, so your analytical skills are high much essential. The previous data, what are the research process are there, what is the existing problem, what are the problem you are going to develop. These are the things that are highly essential before you are going to present as a pitching events. Then, as usual, the research. Okay, research in the sense you can same. Okay, you can start your project from your idea to your prototype development. Okay, you can meet your variable resources. Okay, you can meet the variable resources and they can collect some information. You can also share your ideas to the third parties and they get a feedback. Then you start your pitching. Then public speaking. So public speaking means you can impress your audiences. Okay, so you can given your clear-cut idea to particular amount of group peoples, then get messages and get a confidently you can speak with the audience and you can be engaged to audience for your entire pitching of this event. Finally, creativity skills. So creativity skills means that is that proposed solution. Okay, you have to create some new things when compared to the existing problem statements. Okay, so your investors as well as that your startup founders have to impress us in the sense you have to create these skills needed for compared to the other things. So these are the things are high much essential for pitching events. So apart from that, effective pitch from student point of view is you can conduct a gathered assessment. Before starting that, you can meet your particular number of pupils and get a feedback, understand your audience pulse, then keep it out focused of your project, then share the successes, answer your particular, first get a question carefully, understand the problem, okay, problem statement, write an entire modeling, you start your project from 0% to 100%. Okay, so this is the effective pitch skills. What are the questions they are expecting from that normally pitching event is So first one is what problem, how, what is the problem behind that, how you are, how you select these kind of solution. For example, yes. Sorry. Okay, what kind of peoples you are going to make the particular problem. For example, I am going to develop one product for visually impaired people's needs. So that is the kind of people what they are really they are facing, that you can meet the particular people and get the solution. So what kind of peoples they are using? For example, during now we are in COVID-19 pandemic situation, you know that during May month and June month, really we are very struggled for to meet that any hospital. So many startup problems that have been created for COVID-19 issues. So real-time problem, your real-time customer have to be utilized for your project. Then how you are different from your existing project? These are the questions normally they are asking for any kind of pitching event. In a pitching event, listen here, I am telling that you are going to, after proof of concept, you are going to present your ideas to the investors. Okay, you have to convert your entire product for product for a huge business plan. Okay, so only now all the events now that for example now UI Innovator Challenge and other events, now they are asking business plan for your project. Why they are particularly they are asking this question? Because after you develop your project, that is your project has not been ended. Your project should be connected to the product. So even though you are developing the product, how you are going to sell your product to the customers? So these are the now all the national innovation challenges. Now they are asking for business plan also. Okay, so that details also you have to know that. Okay, so how will you make money? Because you are developing one project for a long time. Okay, so 3 years or 2 years you are continuously developing your project apart from your academic things. So how you can sell your project? Okay, that is the main thing. How you are going to develop one product? Definitely, you have to sell your product to any investors. So how you are going to make a money? How will you make a money for your investors? Okay, because we are not having that much amount of money for to sell our product. So we need to meet a primary investors and secondary investors, and how we are going to give a profit to the particular investors. So these are the questions they are now they will ask for any kind of pitching events from the industry point of view. Then how fast you can grow your business? What are the scale up process you have already taken that? So these are the things are questions may be asking for pitching event. Then apart from that, whenever you are doing your project or any prototype, these questions have asked frequently you ask to you how you can develop the idea, how did you decide to find a solution, what are that what about that your market strategies, financial plans, how who are the investors you are going to meet, or how you are going to sell your prototype proof of concept to the particular investors, how you are strong is your pattern. Because nowadays each and every even project companies, even now they are asking for IPR. Okay, because after development of the product, you have to sell your product to the particular company, particular companies. For example, L&T TechGM. These are that L&T TechGM or Grand Challenge events. Now they are asking for the patent IPR rights also. So you have to fill your IPR before coming to your product. Then how it can be faster with more money. So these are the details you have to know about that. Whenever you are doing any product means, these are the questions you have to given because normally people are expecting for low cost high quality. Whenever people are expecting low cost with the high quality. So your product should be satisfied these details also. So these are that pitching given details. Okay, so now we go to that. Apart from that, we start now. We slowly move to that. What is the idea? How we can generate idea? Then prototype, product development. What are the future startups are presented? Then what are the future project ideas are there? So these details we'll see. The first thing, so now we have discussed about pitching event requirement skills, as well as that how we can develop a product. So these details now we have discussed already. So up to please keep in your mind. So your problem identification should be highly essential. Okay, so your problem identification and your solution should be have to use that customers they are using for daily. Okay, so every day you have their customers have to use your project ideas with the solution. Okay, so problem identification with the technologies also you can be incorporate. Okay, for example, so one of the projects I need to discuss about, for example, home automation. It's a carbon project. So as you are backend from CSE, so you know that okay how we can control the home automation with Alexa or Google Voice Assistant. Okay, so such type of projects are there. Okay, already so many startups they have already created for home automation. How you are going to give a solution, because you discuss with your friends, okay, those who are strong in that particular area, discuss with your friends and get a group of solution. Okay, that is my simple idea to you. I just give the information. Okay, you just meet your friend and get a group of idea. Okay, then after get a multiple of solutions. Okay, so you just incorporate these details to your technologies. Okay, once you are starting with these type of details from first year and second year, it's definitely one product you can develop for third year and the final year. Okay, because now industries, startup industries are now they are recruiting or they are giving internship for new innovative products. But only a drawback is already some of the startups have been developed, maybe started for your ideas also. For example, same thing I am telling. Okay, so suppose I am going to find a new thing for home automation, definitely some of the startups are there. Okay, but how we can be different from that your existing solution means we have to meet the startup companies and you have to show your solution, then get an idea from that particular person, then you can propose your new thing to your customers. So this is the other way of impress your customer or any your investors. Okay. So multiple number, you can create a group of solutions among your friends. Okay, so solution is a high much essential for product development. So here, if you are truly innovating, you don't have a prototype. You can refer to actually this journal have told this word. Okay, same prototyping is the conversion of you have with your ideas. Like Tom J. Cook quoted this one. Okay, so whenever you go to the prototype in the sense, first you need a proof of concept. Okay, so first idea generation to proof of concept. I think now you have developed some of the proof of concepts are there. Okay, so then you slowly move to the prototype. Okay, very soon. More much difference will be presented for proof of concept and the prototype. Okay, now you are developing one project for any kind of home automation solutions means that is a proof of concept. Okay, because you are analyzing the particular project and you have find some of the solution. That is the proof of concept. The prototyping is a real-time implementation to the particular customer. Okay, so anyway, but the main thing is starting up your ideas. Okay, so ideas also your ideas also should be mapped with our daily needs. Okay, so what is the daily needs? We can tell what is the major area most of the students are concentrating in that area. Means you can select the agriculture application is a major thing. Okay, you can select the agriculture domain. Okay, so or otherwise now the COVID-19 issues have increased a lot. Okay, so you can develop that. You can also see that biomedical application or any human related problem statement. You can select the human related problem statement, or you can select your problem statement which is relevant to the energy. Okay, because now you know that your petrol cost will be very high day by day. So after that also, after 5 or 6 years, we are entirely we will convert into that electrical vehicle side. So you can give your huge ideas about the your electric vehicles and renewable energy sites, or you can create your projects in that military related application for security application. Okay, so this is the way you can develop that your ideas and you can give us suitable solution for this particular area. So or any industry 4.0. Okay, so you can select your end user major stream, then you start to create your ideas. Okay, so then otherwise you know that artificial intelligence concept, artificial intelligence, data sciences, then IoT. these are some technologies are there for helping to complete your entire project. Okay. So how to generate your ideas? Okay, so you can substitute, you can combine, you can adapt and magnify, put other users and eliminating unwanted things, then rearrange your process. Okay. So for example, I am going to implement new things for home automation in the sense. First, we can replace that existing idea to my proposed solution. Okay. So whenever you can present your prototype to any investor, first question they will ask that what is the novelty of your particular solution? This is the first question they will ask. Okay. So we have to that we cannot create entirely new things, but at the same time we understood that the previous problem set. Then we are going to project our new concept. Okay. So these are the things these are essential for idea generation. Okay, this is the difference between your proof of concept to prototyping. Okay, so proof of concept means so we can build. Okay, and a product can be built or not, but prototype is how can a product to be developed. So that is the difference between proof of concept and a prototype. Okay, so we can estimate, we can create an idea, we can test, or we can assumption for real-time application, but prototype is not that. It should be a real-time working interactive model. That is the difference between the proof of concept to the prototype. Okay, now you see that any national level competition, they are asking for an initial idea submission, then proof of concept, finally the prototype submission. Okay, so these are the ways they are following in that even our national level competitions also. So here theoretical part is essential, but prototype means real-time physical demo or how a product will be operated. Okay? Because whenever you are approaching any investors means they are working that particular product for more than 5 or 6 years. But from their point of view, you are a fresher. Okay, so they are working that particular project for 5 or 6 years, but you are a fresher. Okay, so their questions are entirely different rather than our academic questions. Okay, so we have to work on real-time problem statement, then we met the particular investors means definitely we'll get an achieve for our startup businesses. Okay, now we can generate the idea. Now, what is our process for prototype and design? So I have given a 5 processes. So we have to keep the user in mind. Okay, so that is also already we have discussed that. Okay, so your end users are high much essential. Okay, so your end users should be high much essential. Then based on that, you can plan your ideas as well as the testing. Okay, so I am going to develop a new machines for new motor for electrical vehicles. Okay, this is the end users. Okay, so first you can understand your end users, then you give us suitable solutions. Okay, so then take action and fail first. Okay, for example, I am going to develop a drone for in my college. Okay, so suppose this is the one of the ideas. So I am going to develop a drone in my organization. Okay, so for continuously monitoring the surroundings of our environment as well as that. If we want to move our product from place to another places, we need a drone. So this is the one of the problem statement means first you have to develop the drone in a mathematical way. Okay, so many softwares have developed for in your states. Okay, so for example Python coding. Okay, so for controller area you can use the Python coding or Raspberry Pi, or you can develop the MATLAB also. Okay, so MATLAB software is a common for all engineering students. Okay, so many MATLAB online courses now they are providing for all kinds of area, all kinds of engineering students. So you can go, you can visit that MATLAB company's websites and you can learn that how they are developing a controller, how they are developing a modeling. Okay, because real time that has a high much essential. Suppose I want to develop a drone means 3-dimensional view is compulsory essential. Only then we have to show that real time simulation process to your customers. So how 3-dimensional view we can generate from your MATLAB as well as your Raspberry Pi with the Python integration. Okay, these are the things, the technologies we have to be incorporated in your projects. Okay, the real-time technologies we have to understand clearly. Okay, so what is the feasible solution way to complete your prototype? Okay, because previously there is very huge complicated is that to complete a project, but real-time is not there. Okay, so many codings now, for example, Arduino related projects or Raspberry related projects, already codings are available in the website. but how you can convert these codings to your product. So that is the main important thing. Okay, so plan and further your testing. Okay, then take an action. Choose the right tools and their fidelity. Okay, so now I am suggesting some of the tools, MATLAB, Raspberry Pi, and Python, and Arduino. Some of the controllers and some of the tools I am suggesting you. Okay, so but if which one is a feasible solution, which is suitable tool is very easily understand to the customer. So that details you can be understand clearly. Okay, so for example, you are going to create one app for that home automation or app for some physically challenged people. Means what is the way we can create, how we can monitor the pulse of the particular process. This is the tools we can have to understand clearly. Okay, so then record your questions and testing. Okay, so this is the way you can develop the prototype, not a proof of concept. Okay. So prototype development. Okay, some other pictorial purpose just I have shown to you. So one is an maybe it is a robotic related project. Then yeah, this is the prototype development. Another pictorial representation I have shown to you. Okay, you have to thoroughly strong in that mathematical tool analysis, mathematical tool analysis. So nowadays, three-dimensional softwares are highly presented. Okay, so whenever you are going to do your product, okay, you just understand that what are the tools are there for basically what are the tools are there for implementing in the softwares. Okay, so just as you identify the tools, okay, then slowly you can integrate that courses, then how you can implement that particular modeling to any one of the software tools. Okay, so because you have to know one clear-cut software tools in that particular domain. Okay, it may be an Arduino, Raspberry Pi, or MATLAB, or anything. Okay, Python codings. Okay, but you have to be strong in that particular area. Means you cannot bother about that our prototype development process. So this is a process I have given to you. So if whether your prototype process may be that first you can plan, then you define your outline of your entire project, then develop a prototype. Okay. So after creating your prototype, you just give a self-evaluation for your teammates as well as your faculty members. Then finally, you can approach your industries for that startup as well as the business startup or a product development. This is another product development just I have shown to you. Okay, because nowadays future technologies will be artificial intelligence as well as the robotics is also presented. A real-time prototype development process should be as a usable for your end users. So apart from that, design thinking process also that okay, this is the 5 stage of design thinking process. First you emphasize and define, then you can create an idea, develop a prototype, then give a test and validation. Okay, so testing engineers are also there in your domain. Okay, so continuously you can test and validate your results and compare to your previous results, how we can be develop the new things. Even nowadays, so many industries, for example, you have any kind of product-based or service-based company, consecutively they are seeing the results, both the software as well as the hardware. Okay, so both software and hardware consecutively we can show your results and they are analyzing the performance. So that much improvement has been done throughout the industries. Okay, but how our solution has to be your best one and compared to the previous one. That is the main thing is needed for a product development process. So suppose if you want to create a product, first idea, then you can define continuously and test your validation, then give a suitable solution. Then after designing that, you can brand your product. Okay, then brand your product to your customers or end users through the pitching events. Okay, finally, the best way is you can sell your product to your customer. It may be the cost is not a matter, but you can develop your product and you can sell to the customer. So that is the major thing. So this is a general 5 plans I have given for prototype development process. So main thing is you can get a continuous feedback from that existing one. You can get a continuous feedback from the customers. Then you can modify your solution. Okay, so only then the continuous process will be done for our prototype development process. Okay, now we give a short introduction about startup, because after you met your industry persons, after your pitching events, after suppose your investors have impressed your project needs, we can develop as a product, or it will become as a startup, because already so many startups are there in our India. Okay, so just you can incorporate your ideas to your existing startup. Okay, so you can met to that those who are working under startup. Okay, because nowadays startup companies are more there in that all over India. Okay, particularly the applications are more. Some of the startups made for technologies oriented, some of them they are using for drones that related projects. Okay, so your product should be connect with your existing startups. You have to understand, you have to study what are the startups are already present there. Then you can incorporate your idea to your particular projects. Okay, so this is the key drivers of startup is needed. First, culture, talent, infrastructure, global mindset should be needed. Okay, so whenever you directly go to the startup, it is fully on market strategy is also present. Okay, you have to understand that what is the present market strategies, and how you are going to sell your project to your end user of the customers. So that is also important key drivers of the startup. Okay, so because once you develop a product, that is also your product is not being ended. Okay, you can approach your product to your particular startup companies. Then, so just I have showed to you for future startups. Okay, so in future, Scully Systems helmets are there. Okay, so Scully System is one of the future startups. Okay, so we are having that more options for to save our humans in that Scully Systems. Then BlaBlaCar, so BlaBlaCar startups is we can easily move from one place to another places by using that cars. Okay, for example, one of the persons they can move from Chennai to Coimbatore, but they are riding it they are riding it using car only. Okay, but they feel that that person feel that the cost will be very high. So that time you are also interested to go for Chennai to Coimbatore to Chennai. Okay, that time you can meet the person and you can share your amount. Okay, so that apps also will be created soon. That is a BlaBlaCar. We can share the amount. Okay, we can share the amount equally for that particular particular owner of the particular car. Then Unla.co. Okay, then Oculus. So even virtual reality things may be also implemented in future. Okay, then Magic Leap. Okay, so what is all which is relevant to the virtual reality. Okay, so we can visualize these details in before of your particular classes. Then MacBoard, it is a 3D printer startups. Okay, why I am telling in the sense, these other startups are will be dominated in your future work. Okay, you can generate your ideas or problem statement, or you can suppose you want to work your any startup company means you analyze that. Okay, so these are the details which are the companies are doing some startups. Then you propose your problem statement of any one of the startup developer. Then you give a solution means you can easily work in the particular future startups. Means definitely you will have a better features when compared to your existing product or service-based companies. Then apart from that, fuel 3D process, 3D dimension of fuel 3Ds, and Instacart. Okay, so we can buy vegetables through that Instacart app. Then electric objects. Okay, so that is also a future. We are buying a project. We are buying a product with an electrical observation because in the future we are going to buy electrical vehicles also. So that time for charging or we can also possible to take a more amount of load. So that time we can extracting some energy with the help of some product. Okay, so the electric object also may be developed, even though in our India also they will also build a building. Okay, so that building also renewable energy related building also, that is the energy storage building also may be developed in the futures also. Okay? Because some of the countries that have started, even the building also, the building arrangement also, they are extracting more amount of energies. Okay, so energy, that is called energy related building. Then IKEA app for connecting the people for particular kilometers. Then Slack, Blackbook, Facebook at work. Then exit round startups. Then we are top. These are the top startups are there in our India. You can create your ideas for these areas. Okay, lab dairy products, then Pincer, digital twin technologies to monitoring your health parameters, then green funerals. This also future project ideas. Okay. Then artificial eyes. Okay, we can create a third eye to the particular humans. Then drones. Okay, so drone and flying taxis. Then smart searches that detect the human infection. That is also another future project. Then we can store the energy from the bricks also. Energy storing bricks also we develop in that future. Okay, so that is in future definitely in any project they have development, the multi skills should be highly essential for to develop a product to develop a prototype. Because energy storage bricks also may be developed in future. Then smart watches, recorder smart watches, power. Then living concrete, then living robots. Okay, so small robots may be insected our human bodies, and they can monitoring the continuous health of particular human. Then virtual reality, tactile virtual reality, heart hunting T-shirt also will implement in future. Okay, so that's also now going lot. Heart monitoring T-shirt. Also, even your T-shirt also we can solar consumption T-shirt or shirt also now they are implementing in the USA. The drone forest fires in sound, then self-driving trucks. Okay, then floating farmings. Okay, so we can develop our own farmings with the help of that some recent technologies. Okay, these are the future project areas that I have shown to you. So now I complete my presentation. So now I need to see that any one or two students of your prototype development project. Then I give some suggestions.
Thank you, Professor, for your wonderful speech related to an innovation of an pitch events. In what way the products to be developed, in what way the idea to be converted to the prototype, and prototype to be taken to the product, and different impedance that you given over, in what way the solutions that the product should be made over it. So I think students will get a proper input in the future while they have been going for any kind of an events, as you told, which an MHRD, most number of events will be done like an hackathon and a write-a-thon. So I think this particular program will be a right input for the students to make their prototype to the product. Thank you, Professor Dr. Senthil Kumar from Sri Krishna College of Technology for giving this valuable input. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, now I make our students to present over some of the inputs which what they have been already done it with a little level of the prototype models. Maybe they have developed. So now I invite Ms. Gayathri from Final Year CSE students to give some presentation on the projects she has been developed. Gayathri is on the line.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can take over the session now. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. I'm Gayathri from Final Year, Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Now I'm going to explain our project. Our project is Smart Water Heater Controller. We have planned to do this project mainly for the purpose of saving electricity. Here, by using mobile phones, we can able to switch on the heater, and also we have implemented the feature to set the temperature of the water. This feature is implemented for the user convenience. For example, some people used to prefer warm waters and some people used to prefer hot water. By considering this, we have implemented 3 different kinds of temperatures such as warm, hot and hotter. We can able to fix the temperature as per our need. So once we have fixed the temperature, the water heater will begin to boil the water to the fixed temperature. Once the water is ready with the fixed temperature, the heater will give a beep alert sound, and also a message will be given to our mobile phones, such as water is ready with the specified temperature. After sending the notification to our mobile phones, the heater will be turned off or switched off automatically. Nowadays, most people forget to switch off the heaters even after the water is boiled. By using this feature, we can able to save the electricity by switching off the heater at the right time. We have used the Node MCU, which is a Wi-Fi module, for connecting the water heater with the mobile phones to operate the heater from anywhere. So we have made a demo video for our project. Now let us see the demo video. So this is our prototype ultrasonic sensor, which is used to detect the water level of the water. Then, which is used to temperature of the water. We can have to fix the. This will be used to detect the water temperature. So once the prototype is ready, we can able to switch on the heater through our mobile phones. So this is our three options, which is warm, hot, and hotter. We can on the heater and able to fix the temperature. For example, now we are fixing warm. So it will give the buzzer sound after the water is ready, and it will give the message as the water temperature we have fixed is 40, which is warm. So the water is ready and the heater is switched off automatically. So this is all about our project, sir. Thank you for giving me such an opportunity, sir.
Yes. Actually, I have understood your project, Mark. I agree. Actually, smart water heater actually have developed that. So
Yes,
up to
sir.
proof of actually you have developed as a project. So still also, if you want to move to as a prototype means we have to implement these in your real-time water heater. Okay, so real-time water heater,
Okay,
you
sir.
can how they are going to implement. What are the companies they are now they are selling for water heater. Okay, so how we
Okay,
are
sir.
going to be an automator that you can approach any one of the startup companies related to the water heaters. Then you can meet the particular person and provide a solution. Okay, so this because up to
Okay, sir.
up to your project you have developed, but you can also easily create because it is a real-time solution. Okay, you can easily get a good product in the real time. Okay, so the
Okay,
thing
sir.
I want to share that.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gayathri, for your presentation and the suggestion
Thank you,
given
sir.
by our guest regarding the prototype model. Mr. Karthikeyan is on the line.
Yes, sir.
You can take over the session and give the demo about your prototype model.
Good evening, sir. This is Karthikeyan from Final Year CSE department. The theme of our project is helmet wearing detection system based on artificial intelligence. In our day-to-day life, we take our country India as example for this project. In India, nearly 200 million people are commute by two-wheelers for meet their daily requirements. 25% of people while riding their vehicle, they are not wearing helmet. Without wearing helmet, they are riding their vehicle. Because of this, daily hundreds of people are losing their life due to head injuries. To prevent this, our government making a lot of advertisement, but by seeing that advertisement also, people are not aware of preventing themselves from bike injuries. So that we have an idea, the solution that we are trying to implement here is to make people, everyone who are willing to drive their vehicle, they must wear helmet. Without wearing helmet, they are not able to ride their vehicle for the steps. So that we have camera and the microprocessor. We implement this mechanism by image processor technique so that the project and the product will be much more compact and efficient. In our project, we have algorithm. We have a camera in front of a speedometer in some angle. It covers the rider's face. When the rider turns on his vehicle, the control unit start functioning. Then it searches for helmet image by taking a continuous input from the camera. If the camera finds that the rider is not wearing helmet, it sends a signal to the microprocessor to turn the vehicle off. This prevents the rider from head injuries and also incidentally death. For that, we have prerequisite hardware knowledge. We have to know camera module and then microprocessor. For software knowledge, we have artificial intelligence and TensorFlow directory. Let me see the demo for our project. Hello everyone, this is Karthikeyan from third year CSE department. Our project is about helmet detection. First, we'll see coding section and then demo. Here the camera module is placed in front of a speedometer. The rider is without trying helmet, the bike can't able to ride. After wearing the helmet, the rider
Now the rider
rides
is in
vehicle.
riding position. Here the helmet is in rest position. See that the helmet indicates green color, but the rider's face indicates red warning box because of not wearing helmet. See how the helmet detection is works. The rider is wearing helmet. See the green indicates in rider's face. Again, when the rider removes his helmet, automatically the camera recognizes that rider is not wearing helmet.
Yes, actually, this way mainly this application for accidental prevention. Okay, so the project is also very nice, but first, you can easily develop as a product. Okay, so we can first analyze the market sizing for particularly these projects. Okay, so you can approach this concept to that any one of the investors, because this is a real time based techniques. You can also incorporate any voice-based system, because you are incorporating the image processing. You can told that. You can
Yes, sir.
also possible to incorporate that any voice-based techniques also. Voice-based system also you can incorporate. Then any control, what type of controller you are using in your this project? Actually, you just tell the microcontroller. Any
Yes,
control.
sir. A microprocessor. Microprocessor is the controller, sir.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So nowadays, you can also see that some advancement control is also there, particularly this domain. You can also try that particular controllers also. Okay. Then
Sure, sir.
yeah. That is all. Then another way also, if you incorporate these things, means you can compare your cost analysis. Okay, because now if you want to buy the camera, mean that is additional cost to me. Okay, is anything okay? We also that concentrate the cost wise for
Yeah,
particular
sure, sir.
this product. Okay, so this is the thing, and this is very very useful to for the end users, customers. Actually, you have shown a real time demo. Okay, so really I have impressed that. But you can go with that in the next level. Okay, definitely these related startups already they are working in our state. You can particularly meet the particular person. You can show this prototype concept to that those who are working in the particular helmet in the sense they can be uh, very useful to them. And also, you can incorporate some additional accidental prevention techniques, because some of them, even though we are helmet, we are even we are wearing after helmet, wearing helmet also, sometimes we met an accident. Okay, so that time also immediately how this accidental will be informed to our nearby hospital or nearby our friends and colleagues, how it can be communicated. You can also incorporate these details in your project, because we have to concentrate multi-domain also in a particular project. You can also incorporate these details in future. Definitely it will be become as a good product in that futures also. Good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your suggestion, sir. We are still working on this project, sir. We are our project in future implementation, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karthikeyan, for your demo related to the presentation. I take my immense thanks to our Professor Dr. Er.E.V.Kumaran sir for accepting our invitation shortly and take over this program to be one of the input which you given us is really crucially needed in this time, because we are in the situation that we want to take what you told about how to take the prototype models to be developed, because that is one of the trend and that is one of the initiative which is needed by an MHRD. I think you are eminent in that area as you are one of an IIC innovation ambassador. So can you give some of the inputs which students actually needed for the forthcoming sessions? In what way they can able to plan for hackathon? You have any input in what way they can plan for hackathon?
Yes, sir. Actually, Smart India Hackathon also now they have announced, sir. Okay, so first student same. First, what are the problem statement they are given that first you form a team, sir. First, initially in your college itself, each and every department you have formed one separate coordinator for particularly that hackathon event. Then you just shortlist that best ideas, sir. So you can from each department you can sort out by one or two best solution. So if the same relevant projects, if our students also work in that, means definitely students also will support for the particular things. Because now students are working in that mainly the controller area side, Raspberry Pi, Python, Arduino, MATLAB, then drones. These are the applications now my project batchman students are now they are working. And some of the projects also now LNT TechGM product also now my students are doing. If anything relevant to students' projects means definitely I will help, or otherwise I will contact my team. I will give my contact details of my team members also. So better things are from first year itself. What are the national level competitions are there? You can these details. What are that event they are expected? You can tell that the particular students for whole 1 year means. Particularly, we can more number of participants will come. We get a multiple number of solutions. Also, I request you give additional more additional input or additional give preferences for those who are working for this project related things. You can also create on research lab or any product developer lab. You have to install your department. Particularly, you can motivate that those who are really working on the project developments. Please, apart from your curriculum, daily activities, you can motivate your students to do that innovative project, or particularly this product development center. You can also can develop on product development in your particular department. Also motivate the students members even after your working hours also. So that is some of the points I need to tell you.
Thank you, Professor. As you told that motivation is not only started to make about the initiatives, as you told that motivation is one of the progressive which is made on every day, especially to the students aspects, the mentality, what they can able to take over while they have been developing the projects as well as to take into the prototype. So I think I take thanks to all the students as well as the faculty members to be the part of this particular program. And I make my thanks to Professor Lakshmi ma'am, who is an head of the Tripoli department in Sri Krishna College of Technology, who has taken these initiatives as a mentor for our institution and identify the right person for this particular program and make this program to be one of the successful. Thank you all for this program. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I want to thank our students as well as faculty members for our Arunai-Engineering College. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, students.